What's up guys, this is Hasnen and you're watching Trending Codes. So for now we have created two screens, that is our first screen and the second one is our category screen. So today we're going to design our news feed. Okay, now to design a news feed we're going to have a cards, okay, a cards holding the image, okay, and underneath the image we are going to have some brief text. So they are going to be the same kind of cards, but here we are going to create a vertical scroll and that will be our home page. So on this page we are not going to divide our news into categories, okay. We will be having all the news in a single vertical scroll. So let's say for an example, if you open up the Facebook or if you open up the Instagram, you're going to get the all feeds which is posted by the users in a single vertical scroll. So this will be a combination of categories. I mean, it can be international news, or it can be a business news, or it can be a sport news. Okay, so it will be a combination of all the news and it will be going to our home screen. Okay, so to do that once again we need to go into the insert and go ahead and insert the artboard. I have already done that. I'm not going to do it again because I have made a copy. I have just copied this thing, the header part right over here, and I have just pasted it over here by just saying a news feed. I have changed the text. Now what we're going to do is we're going to create one card. Inside the card we are going to have the image, a news title, and the brief, I mean not brief but 3 to 5 lines of description what the news going to be. Okay, so to go ahead and create our card, you just go ahead and select the rounded, okay, and we're going to start to create our card something like this, okay, just like that, and we're going to center it. So just go ahead and increase a bit and just center it just like that. Cool. Okay, now we don't need border first of all, okay, and go ahead and just fill it white. Now you're not going to see something right now, but we're going to give a box shadow to make it look more beautiful. Okay, so to give a shadows, the same shadow as we used yesterday, it will be 2 minus 1, and it will be having a spread value as 24. Now blur value will be 24 and the spread will be something like 2. Now so it's not exactly the same as we created yesterday, but to make it more beautiful, obviously we're going to reduce the color, to reduce the opacity of the color. To make the opacity of the color, make sure it should be hex code should be 00 and your RGB should be 0 and A should be having something like how about 18? Let's see. Cool, huh? Yeah, cool. So we have our card ready, but we need to insert the content inside the card first. Okay, now to insert the content inside the card we need image. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to import the image from my local machine that is on the desktop. Okay, on the desktop I have downloaded the image which will be something like T and BG. So this is kind of football stadium image. Okay, and we're going to make it resize. It's quite bigger. Okay, so we'll just go ahead and resize it just like that and just zoom it. So resize it according to your card and make sure you're going to mask that. So just go ahead and mask it and just go ahead and just go ahead and first mask your rectangle or the card. Okay, just mask it just like that and we are done. We got the image. So cool, we have an image. Now we should have maybe I guess the title over here and the news description. Now to get a title Obviously we're going to insert the text, okay? So I'll just go ahead and insert the text right over here, and make sure you're going to use the Roboto font, just like this is, which is over here. And this make sure you're going to change the color of the font. It should be something like black. Okay, now just type it over here. This is news title. Cool. Now make sure you're going to make it thinner, not a regular weight, but light, not thin. Light will be better. Okay, and align it just like that. And underneath that, we're going to have the news descriptions. Okay, now to have a news descriptions, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and copy the lorem ipsum text. Okay, so to do that, I'm going to lorem ipsum text, and I'll be having some results on the Google, and I'll just go ahead and copy this lorem ipsum up to, not more lines, but up to like 1500 s. Okay, so just open up your sketch and just go ahead and grab the insert text again, and just draw it just like that, and just go ahead and paste it. Okay, now you got the font over here, but make sure you're going to make same font. It should be not Helvetica, or yeah, we're going to have the inner font as in Helvetica, so that it will be more beautiful. Okay, so we're going to increase the size of our font to just something like that. Okay, and just resize your header once again. And what about if we just increase the size, because still we have enough space to get fit into the card. Okay, so okay, cool. Now make your text to bit color to be something like this. Change the color to something like this, or something like this, right? Okay, cool. So we have our first card ready, and it says the news of the title, and then the another news. Now what we're going to do is the same thing. We're going to copy and paste the same card. Okay, and to do that, just go ahead and grab the rectangle and all the things which we have created right now. Go ahead, Command C and Command V. So we have our next card over here. Just go ahead and drag it just like that. Cool. So this is our home page, which is going to look like this. Okay, now we have this text outside of the frame because it goes outside when we drag it down. So just go ahead and bring it inside the frame just like that. Okay, so we have our home page completely ready. And when we are going to code it, make sure we're going to change the image. This is just in designing part. We can if you want, we can use different image, but to make this video shorter and faster, what I'm doing is I'm just using the same image. Okay, so you know, if you'll take a look into the can you just imagine, or can you just see on this card, you have a nice box shadow, which is same like the native iOS App Store. If you'll go to the native iOS App Store, and if we'll take to the box shadow, it will be same just like this. And you know, I just like that box shadow so much, so I'm just trying to implement those things while we are coding. Okay, so we're going to make, and you know what is the best thing of the sketch or the Photoshop is, you don't need to write the extra CSS. So what if I want to use the same box shadow? What I'll be doing is I'll just go ahead and just right click on this, and I'm going to get the option that copy CSS attributes. Now what this will do is this will give me the basic property of CSS, like the box shadow, what is the height, what is the width of that particular box or a particular card, what is the background color, what is the background image. So that's the beautiful thing what we have into the Photoshop and a Sketch as well. So here it will make a programmer's life easy to get all these attributes directly from the Photoshop or Sketch. Okay, so this is what we are going to create into the heading. And one more thing is, what if we give I guess box shadow to our header part? Okay, so let's go ahead and try that. Let's see how it looks like. So what we'll do is first we'll reduce the color, and we're going to set the color to something like 20. Okay, and just generate the box shadow by just doing stuff like this. Okay, and make sure you're going to increase the spread, because spread is the only thing which is going to make your shadow to be look more better. Okay, blur it and make it less spread. Cool. So we have a box shadow over here too, underneath the header. Okay, so that's all for today's guys. Now in the next video what we're going to design is probably that will be our last page for this news application, and from the third video or from the next video we are going to start coding it, right? Okay, so now what I want from you people is just let me know before I start coding. If you want, I can share my developing environment, like what theme I'm using in the Visual Studio Code, or what is going to make our development easy. So if you want, I can share a video, create a video on that, and I can share the things that what kind of environment we're going to use into our developing Visual Studio Code, and what are the plugins that we are going to use that will make our development so easy. Okay, so let me know into the comment. If you want, I can just tell you, or I can just make a separate video, or before starting those things I can brief those things that I'm using those kind of plugins and all those things in my Visual Studio Code. Okay, now so guys, that's all for today's, and if you like this video, don't forget to hit that like button, and if you're new over here, consider subscribing my channel, so that we are going to share knowledge from both the way, because I just like so much when you people comment on my video by saying that you helped me, or thank you so much, or it worked like a charm or something like that. So I just like that so much when I get comments, and I got motivated to make this particular stuff, and I just try my level best to deliver the knowledge what I know with you people. Okay, so please consider subscribing my channel, and we're going to make this app looking more beautiful while we are coding. Okay, so this is not a kind of final design. If you want, we can change while when we are just developing when we are just coding the design. Okay, so as I said, from the next video what we're going to do is we're going to create a last page, that is our news little page. When someone clicks on the card, what we're going to get is the bigger image. Okay, on that page we're not going to have the header at all, but yes, we're going to have the back button on that particular page. Okay, and we'll be having some options like to share that news on the Twitter, or if you want to share that news on the WhatsApp. Okay, and we are going to make a fab button on that. Okay, maybe in the top bottom, or maybe on the top or somewhere. We'll just decide while designing. Okay, so we are going to have a fab button on that, we are going to have the image, and we are not going to have a title bar or a header on that, and we're going to have the brief written news so that user can easily read that. Okay, so I guess you like this video, and For now, that's all. This is Hasnan, as you know, from Training Codes. I'm signing off. I'll see you soon in my next. Bye bye. Take care.